Today I'm talking with Linda Sue Rayburn, a longtime member of First Lutheran. Linda Sue, tell me about your family background.
My mother's family moved from North Little Rock when she was 6 years old, 1918.
And tell me your mother's name.
Catherine Lemer Aaron.
She was Lutheran.
Yes.
So you have a long-time Lutheran background.
Yes. Actually joined when I was confirmed. I think it was 53 or about 52 or 53.
Who was in your confirmation class? Do you remember?
Don Snipper and Raymond Gradhauer, Bobby Thamer. He had a girl that wasn't here for very long. Her name was Jeannie Rigler. And I believe that was it. That was all that was in my class.
And who taught confirmation at that time?
Pastor Helper.
Describe the church building when you first started coming to First Lutheran.
Very small church with a beautiful inside. It had the exposed beams that back then they did that because it was cheap to build. They didn't have to put a ceiling in. And all those, now everybody wants the exposed beams.
What are some of your first memories of First Lutheran?
We always had a Christmas program, and it was always on Christmas Eve. And we had what we called pieces to learn, and we had to memorize those. I had an older sister and a younger brother, and we would all learn each other's pieces. And when it came time to say ours, my mother never knew which one was going to come out.
And what was your sister's name? And
Lydia.
Lydia, and your brother?
Jack.
What have been some significant events, good or bad, in the life and history of First Lutheran?
A lot of good stuff. The one thing that was really the talk about town was when Pastor Helberg came and started the chapel bells. It was on the radio. And it was every Saturday morning for 30 minutes, I believe. And there were so many people, knowing my mother, that we were Lutheran, would come up to us and say how much they enjoyed that. And you know, that went on for years. He had that for years. And we had quite a few people that came to our church because of that, because of listening to him, what he had to say on that program.
So it was a method of outreach.
Oh, yes,
really.
It was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Where do you see First Lutheran in 10 years from now, 25 years from now? What do you see in our future?
Well, I hope that we are on the receiving end of people coming back to God, coming back to church. I think so many people, especially our young people, have gotten away from that. And that's what I would like to see more than anything in the world, is to see people come back to God.
How do you think we're going to make that happen?
Of course, they always say you lead by example. So we will just have to watch how we conduct ourselves.
Is there anything else you'd like to add that I have not asked you about?
I had just mentioned to Matt earlier about some humor in the church, some things that I had known. I had told this so many times, but I'll tell it again on film. I guess this was during the war. Pastor Helberg, Emily Helberg, and my mother and Ruth Clemens got a job at East Funeral Home singing during the funerals. They all had lovely voices. And Miss Clemens, of course, played the organ. And so their first time that they went, they cried so they couldn't sing. And they got fired.
I've never heard that story.
Well, the money that they made was supposed to go to the ladies' aid. But they told them, and the awful thing was, they didn't even know the man that was being buried.
You got me tickled now. That is funny. That I've never heard that one.
You hadn't heard that?
Have you got another funny? I like that humor.
Oh, I can't think of anything right